right, Coach. First opened back in 2017. There's a look at the gleaming new Mercedes-Benz Stadium in downtown Atlanta. A moment ago, here was the scene. The Falcons coming out from their tunnel to the roar of all the folks here in Atlanta. We're ready for football as these Falcons get set to match up with the Baltimore Ravens. Brandon Gaudin alongside Charles Davis. Before kickoff, Charles, quickly your keys to the game.
Well, partner, I could give you the standard ones, turnovers, special teams play. But here's one that doesn't get talked about much anymore, and that's time of possession. Whoever controls the football, gives their defense a break, and takes care of business, that's the team that's going to win this ball game.
The return man, Chris Moore. Solid return, pretty good field position. They'll start at the 32-yard line. So now the Ravens getting ready for their first go on offense. The man calling the shots in the huddle in his 11th season now, the MVP of Super Bowl 47, and that's Joe Flacco.
Throughout his career, he's been tough, hard-nosed, and certainly durable. Only 6 starts missed in his first 10 seasons and played 16 games 9 times. But for the first time in his career, a little competition headed his way with first-round pick Lamar Jackson from Louisville set to contest for the #1 job.
From the 32 now, here's 1st and 10. They'll run it here. This is Buck Allen. And able to use his blockers to get this up over the 40. A nice run there, 9 yards, and it'll be 2nd down. You often say that sort of opens the playbook now, 2nd and short. What do you think, early shot here?
I like where you're going. Obviously, we've been together for a while because you know me. I want to take that shot early and loosen things up.
Bootleg, Flacco, under a heavy rush, and down he goes. Grady Jarrett coming up the middle, gets him there for a loss of about 9. And no matter what the situation, the O-line just hates that because they feel like they didn't protect little brother back there, right?
Man, that's just so difficult for them because just think about every single play. When you decide to throw the football, you're dealing with some of the best athletes on the planet. You talk about guys, if they weren't playing football, they'd be starring in the NBA at power forward. It's a really difficult task.
Flacco and the Ravens now, after the sack, need something good here on 3rd and long. Operating out of the gun, Flacco. And this is going to be incomplete.
Now that's a great opening series defensively. You force what should be a 3 and out on your opening possession.
And great coverage there on 3rd down to force the incompletion to set up 4th. So on 4th down, here's Sam Cook to punt it away. Justin Hardy deep for Atlanta. And a great job here. This is going to turn out to be a beauty. This is marked down at about the 3-yard line. Falcons coming back out here onto the field. This has been a team that's had an interesting season. The rough start, then they picked it up some. As you look in your crystal ball going forward down the stretch, what do you see for the Falcons?
Well, I think on the surface you would think the injuries are just too much to overcome on the defensive side of the ball. But the way they've been playing recently, they put everything on the offense and just asking the defense to do just enough. And the offense is really giving them great play because Matt Ryan can throw to Julio Jones, Mohamed Sanu, the rookie Calvin Ridley, Tevin Coleman and Ito Smith running it and catching it. They're starting to put up points in big numbers and making people chase them each and every game.
And they may want to start to pad some wins now because 3 of their last 4 in the regular season are on the road, including trips to Green Bay and Carolina. That'll go for a gain of 13, helping big time to get away from that end zone. First down.
I guess it's good we can't really read the mind of the defensive coordinator now, huh?
Had him pinned back there deep, give up that run. Can't be happy.
Yeah, whatever's in his mind right now, we probably couldn't say over the air.
So that last play gives him a little more space now. Here's 1st and 10 at the 16-yard line. Now a play fake here on 1st down. He completes it to Julio Jones. And way up past the 35 before he's taken down. A good pickup there of 20 yards. And that's the connection, Ryan, to Jones, that this defense obviously has to key in on.
Certainly feels like they got the party started with that one, doesn't it? And when those two get in sync, it just scares the heck out of defenses because he can hit Julio Jones in a short zone, and he can take it the whole way.
Back-to-back good plays have them on the move on 1st down. They go play action here on 1st down. Looking middle, and it's incomplete. The safety that time, Tony Jefferson there on the coverage.
Nice play there to force the incompletion. And to me, one thing's for sure. When you're the underdogs and you're playing on the road, you absolutely have to get takeaways. You've got to get the ball from them.
Yeah, win that turnover battle, going to be key. They didn't get one there, but you get the feeling they keep making plays like that, they might just get a few.
Yeah, once you get one, defensive teams think they come in bunches.
They'll try again from the 36 on 2nd and 10. They'll run it now out of the gun. And he'll grab a gain of 5 out of this up to the 41-yard line.
Brandon, all things considered, they have to feel pretty good about getting that type of a gain considering the blitz that they just had against them.
Now the Ravens bring out an extra defensive back here on 3rd down.
Could be a blitzer.
Now some movement before the snap. And we'll hear from our referee for the first time this afternoon.
Offense.
Expect this from the visiting team when playing indoors, but not the home team.
They're supposed to get all the advantages, right? The home crowd's supposed to help them. They forgot where they were, perhaps.
And this offense back to needing 10 yards after the false start. 3rd and 10. From the shotgun, Ryan. And that is incomplete.
It's a great job by this secondary. When I watch them, they remind me of elite defenders on a basketball court, right? They want to contest each and every pass.
Great contest on 3rd down to bring up 4th. On 4th down, here's Matt Bosher on the punt. Back deep to return is Cyrus Jones. And he didn't quite have the backspin on that one. It hits at the 4 and continues into the end zone. It's a touchback. Baltimore Ravens coming back out here on offense. Charles, a franchise that hasn't made the playoffs since 2014, and the way the middle part of this year has gone, it doesn't look like 2018 is going to stem that tide, does it?
It doesn't appear that way. They still have a chance if they can get hot, of course, but you're exactly right. Remember, as you mentioned, they haven't gotten to the playoffs since 2014. 4 out of the last 5 years they've missed the playoffs, which is so unusual for Baltimore and their organization. And just think of it this way. The general manager is going to retire at the end of this year. New general manager will take his place. He will have a big decision to make about head coach John Harbaugh. At that point, does he continue forward leading this team?
Yeah, the 56-year-old Harbaugh, he's been the head man in Baltimore since 2008.
Well, you had to punt on your first drive, and on the first play of the second drive, you end up going backwards. I would dare say they need something good to happen right here, right now.
A loss of a yard there to start out. That leads to a 2nd and 11. Second down, Flacco now. Caught by Snead over the middle. And he'll be brought down right at the 30 here. They'll wind up getting 10 back as that sets them up for 3rd down.
I know many people like to throw to the tight end, maybe in a little flexed out position because he creates mismatches with his size. But slot receivers do the same thing with their quickness, their speed, and their route running savvy.
The last catch nearly got him a first, but it did not, and they'll try to convert on 3rd and inches. Flacco. And almost picked off. I guess the good news for them now, it's 4th down.
I think the punter might start to get into a pretty good rhythm here if he keeps getting opportunities. But that's the last thing his team wants to have happen, right? The last thing you want to see is your punter feeling pretty good because he's out there all the time.
Yeah, first quarter only, but they're 0 for 2 on 3rd down conversions to start this thing. Here's Sam Cook now as he'll punt it away for the 2nd time. And this will be taken at the 13. We'll call that a punt of 54 yards. Well struck. And the Falcons will be taking over 1st and 10. Now the Falcons offense gets ready to head back onto the field. And our game's hit a little bit of a lull here, a little bit of a snag. Punts on back-to-back drives.
And old school coaches don't necessarily mind that. Didn't turn it over, right? Didn't create a big play for the other team. Right now what you're looking for is can you gain an advantage in field position? And that's what both teams are seeking right now.
Yeah, they'll be seeking to gain that advantage here on this drive. Ryan will bring the Falcons up now 1st and 10 at their own 17-yard line. Out of the gun, it's Ryan. Oh, did he hang on to it? He did on the dive. Nice grab. 15 yards is the pickup there, and the drive starting very nicely. 1st down.
When you're a player of his stature, you don't just circle the games on your team's calendar. You
circle the Pro Bowl?
Without a doubt. That's a game that you just figure you're going to be in each and every year. That's because of catches like that. That's why he goes.
Get up!
From the 32 now, here's 1st and 10. Ryan now off the bootleg. Wide open receiver complete. Give him 9 there on the 1st down completion.
The goal for any offense versus his own defense, find the holes where guys are available and put the ball on the receiver before any defender can step up and fill it.
They did it well there. Perfectly executed crossing route. That last catch short of the marker by just a yard leaves him with a very manageable 2nd and 1. Coleman now. And that play going absolutely nowhere as he's belted before he could get out of the backfield. It's a loss of 4. Now 3rd down.
We all have habits. We can be somewhat predictable, and you know me pretty well on 2nd down and short. What I like to say?
Play action.
Yeah, without a doubt. I thought that was a great spot to call it. Instead, didn't go their way, did it?
No, defense sold out for the run. Worked out well. From the gun on 3rd down, Ryan. And he's got a man, Calvin Ridley. And he'll be taken down, but not before he works it past the 50. That one good for 16, and the drive will continue. And just a small glimpse there as to why they like this rookie so much.
And that's why they lit up a little bit in our meetings with the coaching staff, didn't they?
When we talked about him, they did.
Yeah, you know, they like his work ethic. You know, this guy's running every route well in the route tree and getting better at it all the time, really honing his game. They expect a pretty good jump out of him as things continue to move on.
A couple of 1st downs on the drive already, as they'll go from the 47 now on 1st down. This is Coleman. And able to push his way forward here for a good little gain. The linebacker, C.J. Mosley, in on the stop.
And that's one of the reasons you like to blitz even on rundowns. It confuses the blocking assignments. It doesn't allow those offensive linemen to get up to the second level.
Hey, let's go. Ready, back 25.
On second down, here's Ryan. And it's hauled in by Austin Hooper. And past the 35, he'll be dropped a yard or two shy of the 30. His first catch there, good for 10 yards and a first down.
When an offense reads blitz, doesn't matter where it's coming from, tight ends know that they become a big part of the passing game because they should be an easy outlet when all those extra bodies are trying to get to the quarterback. A hot route, so to speak.
Ryan in the offense with a 1st and 10. And he's 4 for 4 now, throwing the ball to start the drive.
Ready, back 25. Ready, set it.
From the gun, it's Ryan. And Jones has it over the middle. And he'll go down at the 28. That throw good for 4. It's second down.
Well, if you do read man coverage, Brandon, the drag route's a pretty good one to run against it because you're running away from people on it.
4 yards on that last completion, so that sets up 2nd and 6.
Ready, set. Ready. Go.
Operating from the gun, Ryan. Oh, he's got a man wide open, complete. And they move this all the way down to the 9. A good pickup there of 20 yards.
And when you're playing a quarterback with some experience and some moxie, you enter the danger zone when you decide to blitz him because if he's able to diagnose as he did on that play, he can hurt you downfield.
He reads defenses so well, doesn't he?
He really does, and the best part about that play for him, I don't think that was his primary target.
I don't think so either.
I think he had the read, figured out where the blitz was coming from, and went to a secondary target for a really nice gain.
A first chance in the red zone for the Falcons now. They're looking at a 1st and goal from about the 9. Coleman. And he was able to shed the tackle, but the reserves come in for the stop. It'll be a pickup of 4, and it brings up 2nd and goal.
Well, they've certainly had success throwing the ball on this drive, and not as much running it as we just saw once again on that last play, stopped after a very short gain. But I wouldn't abandon the run totally, because otherwise, pass rushers just tee off on your quarterback. Makes it very, very difficult for him in that situation.
They'll give it to him up the middle. And he gets in. Touchdown, Atlanta. Tevin Coleman. A 5-yard touchdown run. And the Falcons have taken the early lead.
I know the play ends up in the end zone with one person carrying the ball, but how about that big mass of humanity that guided him to that spot?
Yeah, they got there, but I love the dive. Always a fan of the dive. Now Matt Bryant on for the point after. Bryant's extra point up and good. And that makes the score 7-0. A 10-play drive that time. And Tevin Coleman polished it off with a touchdown run. Here's Bosher to kick it away. Now Jones. And a nice return sets him up pretty good here at the 30-yard line. As Baltimore's offense makes their way back on the field, Charles, wanted to ask you about their running game. I mean, really, the offense has had some issues, but the running game needs to be picked up, doesn't it?
It certainly does. Alex Collins, who had such a big year last season, Buck Allen, Both of them trying, but the running game does need to get kick-started. So it's a low-risk trade for Ty Montgomery getting him from Green Bay. I think where they get him for a 27th round pick. But he has experience running the football with Green Bay. And remember, he came into the league as a receiver, so he can help open up the offense in a number of ways, not to mention his kick return ability as well.
Now flags come in. I think one of the Ravens got going a little early.
False start, offense.
So pin that one on the rookie right tackle.
Remember those days when the right side was simply the run-blocking side? Now you're dealing with some of the better pass rushers in the league. It'll make you a little jittery.
The false start backs him up 5, 1st and 15. Now Flacco. And he knocks the ball away, and it falls incomplete. He was trying to get it to Michael Crabtree there. That'll bring up 2nd down. And this O-line, it is the lifeblood of the offense.
They establish the tone. Mean, nasty, physical. They can't wait to get after people. That allows the rest of the offense to feel confident.
So they'll come up after the incompletion for 2nd down. On 2nd down, Montgomery. And he's able to plow forward up to about the 29, just shy of the 30. It's a gain of 4, but they're still looking up here at a tough 3rd and 11. And here now the defensive starters for Atlanta.
Deion Jones, their middle linebacker, doesn't have the size that a lot of people are looking for at that position, but his speed overwhelms you. Maybe the best coverage linebacker in the NFL. Kind of sealed that reputation with a big-time interception in New Orleans late in the season in 2017.
And for the Falcons, 5 men in the secondary, now on 3rd. Flacco from the gun. Wide open receiver complete. And he's got the 1st down yardage before being taken down at midfield. And a nice gain of 21 yards.
But when you hit him on the move like that, and he's able to get into open field with a full head of steam, oh, boy, it's going to be tough to get him down.
Yeah, there was a big window. They're lucky they did get him down. On the ground with their leading rusher from a season ago, it's Alex Collins. And he's over midfield and into Falcon territory. Up from his linebacker spot, Deion Jones making the play.
On any running play that's called, they're always hoping that it's going to break big and go the distance. But when you get a nice game like that, you're able to do so many things anyway. You can come back and run essentially the same play again, continue to move the ball on the ground, or you can decide to throw the ball now because usually you have the defense back on its heels.
And it's incomplete. A 2nd down pass play there, but it's incomplete. The Ravens on 3rd down. Just 1 for 3 thus far. This will be 3rd and 6. Now Flacco. And this is going to be incomplete.
As my dad used to tell me all the time, when you're getting ready to play a big-time game, especially when you have one going into a dome setting, better strap it up tight because that crowd can really affect things.
Especially on 3rd downs like the one we just saw there with the incompletion. Here's Sam Cook now as he's on to punt for Baltimore. And a bit of a mistake there. This is well into the end zone for a touchback. Here comes the Falcon offense now as they get set to take over here. Last time they were out here, they had the benefit of good field position, led to a touchdown. This time, they're going to have to work for it.
They are, but with that last drive that culminated in a touchdown, I think they carry that confidence into this one. Doesn't matter where you start with the football now, they have to feel great about their opportunity.
Ryan and the Falcons now come up 1st and 10 at their own 20-yard line. They begin the drive with Coleman. Nice way to start the drive, a gain of 12 and a first down. Getting the sense, Charles, they're going to put a big emphasis this afternoon on the run game.
And why not? What we're seeing so far, working pretty well from them. And here's the best part. We always talk about the best performers do their job when the lights come on. I think he likes natural light best.
From the 32 now, here's 1st and 10. Throwing now, Ryan on 1st down. And he hits his running back, Tevin Coleman. And they're going to have this across midfield and inside the 45. That one goes for 24 yards. And a good quarterback facing zone coverage. If he has just a little bit of time to survey the scene, that's what's going to happen.
No doubt about it. If there's no pressure, he's going to continue to pick them apart because he'll have all that time to find someone open downfield. You can only cover for so long. So maybe they want to go to a zone blitz scheme, get a little bit more pressure. Remember when Carolina did that against Denver? They lost the game ultimately. They dropped the defensive end out, and he ended up with an interception in that game in Super Bowl 50. Maybe some sort of scheme like that to try and get more pressure at the passer.
Ryan now already over 100 yards passing in this first quarter. It's 1st and 10. Now Ryan. Oh, he's got a man wide open, complete. And he's taken down, but not before reaching the 10-yard line. An excellent pickup of 34 yards.
There will always be a place for methodically marching the ball downfield. But when you can pick it up in big chunks and strike like that, have explosive plays, that's often the difference in winning and losing. Those types of plays that can knock a defense off balance, that'll drive a team towards a victory.
Two big plays in succession. Not sure this D knows what hit him, but now they got to get ready. It's 1st and goal. From the gun, Ryan. And his throw is incomplete. Austin Hooper, the tight end, was the intended target. And that'll bring up 2nd down.
Boy, you will not see a quarterback of his caliber miss on one like that very often. I mean, there it is, wide open, got the shot, and he misfires.
We talk about, boy, he'll want that one back all the time. He definitely wants that one back. They'll go again here from the 10-yard line on 2nd and goal. They get it to him running left. And not even back to the line of scrimmage this time as they're on him quickly once more. They'll wind up losing 4 yards on the play. And that is going to set up 3rd and goal.
He did have the touchdown run earlier, but not a heck of a lot more than that throughout this game.
No, not at all. In fact, I would say that this defense has done as good of a job on him as they have on any runner in recent memory.
The NFL on EA Sports is presented by Snickers. You're not you when you're hungry. Snickers satisfies.
Alongside Charles Davis, Brandon Gaudin, it's the Falcons in possession to begin quarter number 2. And they'll come up looking to keep this drive moving. And let's see 6 defensive backs out there. They're in the dime here on 3rd and goal. Operating from the gun, Ryan. Fine work by the Baltimore defense to help bring up 4th down.
I think that was a good job there defensively. They did allow them to drive all the way downfield, but once they got their backs to the goal line, They really turned up the pressure.
Yeah, they let them get all the way down here. Now the field shrinks. They've struggled to convert, and that last incompletion brings up fourth. And Bryant's kick is good. And the lead moves to 10-zip. So the drive stalls out inside the 15-yard line, but they do get 3.
And I've talked with enough players nowadays that when they have these types of kicks, that no one says to their guy, hey, that's just like making an extra point, piece of cake. Because the extra point is not a piece of cake anymore. But kicking a field goal from that distance, just give him confidence and let him knock it through.
Here's Bosher to kick it away. Now Jones. And he'll take this across the 25, couple extra yards up to the 27-yard line. Michael Crabtree and company now heading back onto the field. Looking down at the stats here, realizing he has no catches. They've targeted him twice, but no catches. So how do they get him more involved, Charles?
You make sure he touches it on routes that he likes to run. Maybe even run a reverse or some type of a jet sweep so he gets his hands on the ball and get him active and involved in the game. You just try and find ways to get him going, and it doesn't have to be something that's big downfield.
Maybe kind of like in basketball, just a shooter seeing the ball go through, you get him a rep, get him more comfortable.
I agree with that totally. Maybe set that solid screen and give him an easy look.
Well, to this point, no catches. And the tip there altered the ball flight, and it falls incomplete. It'll be second down. Charles, I want to go in a different direction for a second, talk about Le'Veon Bell, because the November 13th report date has come and gone. He's still not with the Steelers. Now, the good news, though, Le'Veon Bell not there, but James Conner has been good in his stead.
He certainly has, and we have to think now that maybe we won't see Le'Veon Bell in a Pittsburgh Steelers uniform, ever again. And that's for another day. He's not there. You just hit it, though. James Conner. This Pittsburgh team has really elevated its game around James Conner, playing awfully well. He's playing well. And I think there's a certain sense when you watch them that they all want to prove something to Le'Veon Bell, that they can play well without him. And so far, it's working.
And James Conner, he's an easy guy to root for. A really nice gain of 25 yards. They were in zone defensively, went with a crossing route. It's always interesting to watch that chess match.
Yeah, and I think safeties don't mind crossing routes against zone because eventually you're going to run into their territory, and that's when they lick their chops in order to get the big hit or a play on the ball.
Offensively, nice execution to find a hole, make the catch. This offense finding its legs now. Here's another 1st and 10. Here's a first down run with Collins. And he's going to be stopped up at about the 47-yard line. Just a yard on the first down carry, so it's 2nd and 9.
They tried a quick hitter inside, but that one was swallowed up because what they're hoping, those big defensive linemen will take the bait and move laterally and open up a crease that they can run through. Didn't happen on that play.
Flacco here on 2nd down. And a quick throw here, that's complete. And he gets this inside the 35-yard line. The Raven passing game getting in sync, another first down.
When this offense can get their tight ends involved, they can move the football. Here, a nice route, able to look it in, and picks up the first down.
Flacco now 4 out of 10 throwing the ball in this first half, but he's got a first down here. From the gun, Flacco. It's brought in complete. It's John Brown. And he'll be out of bounds, able to get it down to the 25 there. Give him 9 there on the first down completion.
Well, that's what you're looking for when you're wanting to throw the ball downfield. You want one of those guys who can play out on the perimeter, can play out wide, who can not only get open, but when they're covered, can uncover themselves downfield and create catches.
That last catch short of the marker by just a yard leaves him with a very manageable 2nd and 1. Flacco gives to Allen. And he's able to get it to the edge of the red zone at the 20-yard line. A gain of 4 that time as the drive continues.
They were not fooling around at all, were they? 2nd and short, and they brought out the heavy package. Almost felt like the super heavy package against that defense, didn't it?
Yeah, I don't think they expected that much beef up front, and it turned into an easy first down conversion. First red zone chance now for the Ravens. 1st and 10 right at the 20. This is Collins on the handoff. They'll get it inside the red zone, but only for a couple down to the 19.
That's a good play by the guys on the defensive side of the ball. Held them to a gain of 2. And that changes the playbook a little bit now for the guy calling plays. 2nd and 8. Now he's got to probably think about going to the air instead of maybe staying with the ground game.
On 2nd down, Flacco to throw. That's caught over the middle by Hurst. And he'll get it down this time to the 17. That throw good for only a couple. It brings up 3rd down.
That was an okay hook up there with his tight end, but unfortunately, they didn't get the kind of yards they had hoped for. That's going to bring up 3rd down.
The Ravens on 3rd down. They've only converted once in 4 tries. This will be 3rd and 6. Flacco looks to throw. Crabtree with it over the middle. They're able to convert on 3rd down, and that sets up a 1st and goal.
Nice catch right there. Brings to mind the sentence, when in doubt, find your veterans.
He used to laugh back in the day when they would call guys like him crafty veterans. You get up in your 30s, you're still playing receiver, but you're around that long at that position, you're doing something right.
Just remember this. When he was young, he thought the crafty veteran was simply a guy who couldn't run anymore. Now he understands a little bit better.
Flacco will come to the line, 1st and 10. And he's 5 for 6 now throwing the ball on this drive. Now flags come in. I think one of the Ravens got going a little early.
False start, offense.
That's on the Pro Bowl guard, Marshall Yanda.
Still 1st down.
And they'll try again here, 1st and goal after the false start. Following the penalty, Montgomery. And he's going to fight his way forward here for a modest gain. He'll get 6 on the ground there, and it'll be 2nd and goal coming up.
That's a strong pickup right there on 1st down. And as this drive goes on, we're seeing an offensive line and running game imposing its will.
And the ball situated at the 9, 2nd and goal. Here's Flacco. That's complete right around the 8. And he's going to be brought down just shy of the 5 at the 6. Only 3 yards there on the completion. That'll lead to a 3rd and goal. This has been a long drive. You got to figure a field goal would be a letdown. Can they convert now on 3rd and goal? Now flags come in. I think one of the Ravens got going a little early.
False start, offense.
And that'll set them back 5.
Still third down.
A bad time for a false start penalty as they're backed up now for 3rd and goal. Operating out of the gun, Flacco. He'll leave it for Montgomery, complete.
A short game that doesn't get them the first down brings up a 4th down situation.
Really nice job defensively. They knew where the sticks were. They got the stop before it. So on 4th down, here's the Ravens Pro Bowl kicker, Justin Tucker, out onto the field. From the right hash at a bit of a tight angle. And Tucker's kick right there. It's good. And they get themselves on the board here. It's 10-3. So they get 3, certainly hoping for 6 after a 13-play drive.
So you console yourself on defense by saying you did your job, right? If they go 13 plays, you only give up a field goal, you did a nice job there. But here's the other part. 13 plays, you don't force any mistakes, you don't take the ball away. Maybe that's the way they should look at it.
Tucker now following the made field goal, set to kick it away. That'll be taken in the end zone. And he won't return this one. He'll go down to a knee, and they'll start at the 25. A look at the running back, the man out of the backfield as he gears up to go again. He's been good. His guys are winning. So far, the recipe working here in the 2nd quarter.
He doesn't like to just tote the rock. He wants to carry his team on his back. And that's what he's done throughout this game.
Yeah, he's done that. He'll be hoping to continue that trend. Ryan will bring the Falcons up now 1st and 10 at their own 25-yard line. Off the bootleg, Ryan. This one complete to Mohamed Sanu. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. That play going for 16 yards to start the drive. 1st down.
An ex-teammate used to tell me all the time, I hate experienced quarterbacks because no matter what, you really can't hide what you're doing. And I think that right there, he knew right away where the blitz was coming from, where his primary guy was going to be, and he ended up going to a secondary target for a nice game.
I was just going to ask you, that wasn't the primary target. He's so good at that, isn't he?
I think he knew right away that he wasn't going to get to his primary guy. I think he read that as soon as he got to the line of scrimmage, knew where the pressure was going to come from, and said, I know how to beat that, and that's what he did.
And it pops free. The collision there jarred the ball loose and brings up 2nd down. Well, Week 12 in the NFL, also Thanksgiving week, and 3 games on Thanksgiving. We know about Chicago and Detroit, Washington, and Dallas. Don't forget about the 3rd and final game on Turkey Day, just as the early Black Friday shoppers are lining up. Atlanta and New Orleans.
And those Black Friday shoppers will be throwing serious elbows about the time this bad boy kicks off. Now, think about this weekend, or think about this Thanksgiving. It has the feel of a college rivalry weekend, doesn't it? Every game, intense rivalry. Chicago, Detroit, Washington, Dallas, and now this one, Atlanta, New Orleans. These two don't like each other very much. A huge game in the NFC South. Can't wait to watch this one. Matt Ryan, Drew Brees match each other throw for throw.
The Falcons on 3rd down. Just 1 for 3 thus far. This is 3rd and 7. From the gun, Ryan, it's caught. Jones. And they'll get him down as he's inside the 40. Third catch of this first half for him, and this one is a first down.
One of the selling points of the in route is it gives the quarterback a really nice sight line to his receiver and almost on a direct shot able to throw the ball into the middle of the field and have a great chance of success as they did on that play.
Ryan now 11 of 16 through the air. It's 1st and 10. Now it's Ryan. He couldn't quite hold it. Got hit. Ball pops out. Incomplete.
Even without a ton of pressure in his face, it just shows how difficult it is to pick apart his own defense. Those guys are sitting back, and they're not playing receivers as much as they're playing the eyes of the quarterback and when he delivers the ball.
They work again from the 38 on 2nd and 10. Second and 10 now. Ryan. And this time he's got the hook up. It's complete. The reception good for 7. It's 3rd down.
So much goes into a successful play, doesn't it? How about that play action there, freezing the defense just enough to bring the tight end free downfield for the completion.
The Falcons on 3rd down. They've hit 2 for 4 thus far. This time it's 3rd and 3. To throw again is Ryan. Over the middle, complete. It's Hall. And they'll get this one to about the 20-yard line. His first catch there, good for 10 yards and a first down.
This has to go down as one of the simpler routes in the playbook, but oh so effective. Nice completion there. Keeps the sticks moving.
Ryan now over 200 yards already in this first half. It's 1st and 10. Here's Coleman. And he's going to lose yardage and be backed up to the 25. It's a loss of 5 there, bringing up 2nd. He came out ready to play. That's 3 tackles for a loss, Charles. We're only in the 2nd quarter.
And that's problematic for the guys trying to run offense because that means he's got a pretty good idea of what they're doing and is actually beating them to the point of attack and making those plays. You might have to think about some misdirection or something to try and get him away from the ball.
On 2nd down, Ryan. Now he'll dump it underneath to his running back, complete. It'll be a pickup of only a yard, and it's going to be 3rd down and a ways to go here, 3rd and 14.
Everyone's got to be able to catch the football. Doesn't matter what position you play, but if you're on offense, be aware a ball may come your way.
This offense 2 for 2 on 3rd downs on this drive. They're in for a tough test here, though. 3rd and long. Out of the gun, it's Ryan. And it's complete. Hooper. And he is into the end zone for a Falcon touchdown. Austin Hooper, a 24-yard touchdown. And the Falcons will add on to their lead. Quarterback loves the receivers, but sometimes his best friend is that tight end.
Yeah, it's hard to believe, isn't it? Because we always talk about the guys out wide and how acrobatic they are. But that tight end, great sight lines, easier throws, they become a bigger and bigger weapon as the NFL evolves.
Here's Bryant for the extra point. Bryant tacks on the extra point, and the lead is now 17-3. So that one a pretty time-consuming 10-play drive. And the Falcons score to cap it off. Here's Bosher to kick it away. This is fielded a couple yards deep. And he'll be brought down at the 23, make it the 24-yard line. And the Ravens taking the field. And they had 3 points last time, but they didn't want 3 points because they were well within range of scoring a touchdown. We'll see if they can do better now.
I'm with you on that one. Let's just go ahead and be frank about the whole thing. The only one happy about the 3-point.
The kicker.
Exactly. He put it through the post. That's going to help him at contract time. But that offense, they're thinking, let's get in the end zone this time.
I don't know if that helped him at contract time. You could have kicked that one through.
I don't know about that.
Toe bash.
I don't know about
toe
that.
Bashed it.
Super toe.
The drive starts with a run by Collins. Oh, and now he bowls him over. And he'll go down right at the 30-yard line. It's a 6-yard gain on the ground, and that'll make it 2nd and 4.
They'd love to just strike back with a touchdown right here, and if it's a long play, so be it. But the main goal, get a couple of first downs, run some plays, run some clock, allow their defense to get a chance to catch their breath, settle down, and relax a little bit after they just gave up a score.
On 2nd down, Collins. And he'll get it up near the 35, right at the 34 here. Just 4 yards on the pickup, but that's good enough to extend the drive.
So many teams want to throw the ball in this situation nowadays, but I love watching a team that has enough confidence to go ahead and run the football. In that situation, that's almost a tendency breaker.
From the 34 now, here's 1st and 10. Here's Collins. And he lost the football. And the Falcons grab it. And the return will be stopped at the 34-yard line. So the defense there, opportunistic.
It's nice to give them credit, isn't it? Because so many times it's more a matter of what the offensive guy didn't do. He didn't secure the ball, didn't cover up. In this case, let's just give credit to where it belongs. Knocked it free, made a big play.
Matt Ryan and the offense heading back onto the field. He's played a pretty clean first half, a touchdown, no interceptions.
Frankly, that's what they expect out of him. They want to see the ball thrown and thrown well, and he's able to do that and put it in the end zone. They'd love to see more of that before this game finishes. But right now, he's got his team in a good spot.
A good spot, maybe looking for touchdown pass number 2 here in the 2nd quarter. And they'll run it here. And a short gain down to about the 33. 2 yards on the pickup there. It'll be 2nd and 8.
They tried a quick hitter inside, but that one was swallowed up because what they're hoping, those big defensive linemen will take the bait and move laterally and open up a crease that they can run through. Didn't happen on that play.
Now Ryan on 2nd down. And this is going to be caught. He won the fight for the football. That one goes for 24 yards. If you're going to blitz, likely going to leave you in man coverage with this guy, and that is less than ideal.
It is, because just about any offense that has an elite receiver, if you blitz and have him in man coverage, you're going to him, even if he has an elite defender on him, because he usually knows where the ball is before the defender does.
They'll try and run for it on 1st and goal. And he will fight his way into the end zone for a Falcon touchdown. Tevin Coleman with his 2nd touchdown here in this first half. And the Falcons will extend their lead. And always a good first half when you can hit pay dirt twice.
And it never hurts to have that good feeling as the game moves on. Just think about halftime. If that's all he gets, he'll just sit there at the half and think, all right, 2 already. I can get some more. I can get some more. And he'll be encouraging his offensive line to create some space.
Bryant now to tack on the extra point. Bryant's extra point up and good. And the lead now to 3 touchdowns at 21. Scoring summary, 3-play drive. And Tevin Coleman polished it off with a touchdown run. Here's Bosher to kick it away. Moore now to return. And he'll make it across the 20 as his guys will set up shop at the 23-yard line. 1:57 to go in this first half. We're back to Atlanta right after this timeout. We remind you that coming up at halftime, Jonathan Coachman will be alongside. He'll have highlights and analysis from Orlando of this first half of action. Throwing here on first down. Flacco caught right side at Snead. And he'll get to the 29-yard line, brought down there. 5 yards on the catch there, brings up 2nd down. 2nd down, Flacco now. And he will find his man on the outside. 7 yards there, good enough to move the sticks. Now you've got to hustle your guys to the line and get them set. 1st and 10 here for Flacco. And the Falcons get there. The Falcons get the sack. Down he goes.
3 scores down, not even a halftime yet. They are not getting much generated offensively. They've got to figure it out.
It's tough because this defense just seems to be playing with so much confidence right now.
They really are. They are on their toes, and they're getting at them.
Well, they're in some hot water now. After that sack, it's 2nd and 21. Passing play. Flacco caught left side to Crabtree. And now maybe they want some extra time to talk about this 3rd and long play as we'll get a timeout. As they'll stop it with a tick under a minute to go before half. And we're back. The offense had a chance to talk things over. We'll see what they come up with here on this next play. The Ravens on 3rd down. They've converted just 2 for 6 thus far. This is 3rd and 16. They run with Collins. So a nice job to break the one tackle, but not much daylight after that as he's brought down. And now a timeout defensively by the Falcons, as the clock will stop with 55 seconds to go until halftime. So a defensive timeout, chance to regather, regroup, and get set as we resume action. Here's Sam Cook now. He's been one of their few bright spots so far. 46 on his first kick. This one in that neighborhood as well. And a nice job here to down this one right on the 5-yard line. There again is the running back as he trots onto the field. And he's had his chances in this game. He just hasn't been able to find any daylight so far.
Patience, patience, patience. And that's the hard part for a runner because they expect every run to be a big one for something to pop. So they have to sometimes go through the struggles before it happens for them later in the game. But you got to give credit to the rest of the team. They've worked around the fact that he hasn't had his normal big game.
Yeah, despite his struggles, still winning here in the second quarter. On first down, Ryan. It's caught over the middle, Hooper. And they'll bring him down right around the 13. A good pickup there. 8 yards on the first down completion.
Seeing that play and understand just how tough it is to cover tight ends, especially the ones running around the NFL nowadays, makes me glad I didn't make it in that league. I would have had a really difficult time.
But now you get to sit up here with me.
Yeah, and that's fun, isn't it? And what a really nice gain right there on first down for them. Brings up a nice second down for them.
Now they try the right side here. And he's dropped just shy of the 25 at the 24. So we are at halftime here in Atlanta with the Falcons out in front. As we'll head down to Orlando, that's where we find our man Jonathan Coachman at our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach.
In our game, it was the former MVP, Matt Ryan, with a strong first half. He's thrown for over 200 yards already, and his guys have the lead as well. As we get you back to Brandon Gaudin.
All right, Coach, thank you, and we welcome everyone back for quarter number 3. The Falcons back to receive. They've got the lead, and they'll get this football as the second half gets underway. Fielded about a yard deep. And all that work, but he stopped where he ultimately would have been, and he's simply taken a knee, and that's the 25-yard line. So out come the Falcons now. They built a good first half lead. Now they have a chance to add on to it.
And what I'm thinking is that the offensive staff spend the entire halftime just working with them on, here's what we think they're going to do to attack us in the second half. Nice first half that we've had, guys, but be prepared for some change-ups. We're going to see them when we kick it off in the second half.
See how they handle any adjustments that might be made defensively. Ryan and the Falcons now come up 1st and 10 at their 25-yard line. They'll start out on the ground with Coleman. Trying to bounce it outside, but he's only able to get it back to the line of scrimmage. Terrell Suggs in on the tackle.
He has elite instincts from his linebacker spot. He's able to diagnose the run and flies in like a missile to stop that one behind the line of scrimmage.
Well, they had the run for no gain. Now they'll try again from the 25 on 2nd and 10. They run the play fake to Coleman. Now Ryan. And incomplete there. A nice hit. Jars the ball free and brings up third down.
I know at times people think we use it too often, but you've got to be able to throw guys open. And when you read zone, you've got to stick it in there before your receiver gets to the next guy in the zone. Otherwise, you bring him into the play.
And that's precisely what allowed that defense to disrupt the pass.
Ready. 280.
On third down, Ryan. And that is incomplete.
And that was just situational football 101 right there. Excellent decision to throw that one away. You know he would have loved to have converted right there to keep the pressure on and build on this lead. But the best play, avoid the sack, taking care of the football.
Here's Matt Bosher now as he'll kick it away for the second time. He gets this one away, and boy, it's another boomer. It'll be a 51-yard punt that time. And the Ravens, they'll take over. The Ravens offense getting ready now for their first possession. These guys had to punt their last possession, and that's become too familiar of a refrain. Too many of these drives just wound up going nowhere.
But you know how in baseball, when the pitcher gets a base hit and he's on base, they bring his jacket out to him to keep him warm? A lot of times the punter goes to the sideline, puts on sweatpants or a wrap over his leg to keep it warm. He might need a massage from the trainer right now from all the work he's getting.
Now Flacco and the Raven offense come up 1st and 10 at their own 22. Now it's Flacco. He's got the hook up to John Brown on the right side. And he'll get to the 29-yard line, brought down there. 7 yards, the pickup on the pitch and catch.
Nothing fancy on first down, but a very consistent type of a play. Hit that slant. A lot of people call it an extension of the running game, and it can be if that pass is completed, because you hit a guy on the run like that, he often can go for big yardage.
Sets him up nicely for second down, staying ahead of schedule. Flacco here on second down. He's got his tight end on the corner route. It's complete. And they nearly get this all the way to midfield. Mark him down at the 49. A good pick up there of 20 yards.
Almost not fair. The big guy running the corner route, being able to lean and push and get to where he wants.
So how do you stop it?
A lot of times you want to have a linebacker on him, a bigger body guy who can handle him physically. But a lot of times that doesn't work as well because his quickness often wins the route.
Now a give to Collins. And this one goes nowhere. Losing yardage on the play back at the 46. It's a loss of 2 there, bringing up second down.
But if these guys are going to chop into that deficit, they're going to have to do a much better job in the run game. Caught behind the line of scrimmage, no yardage to be found.
Back to the ground, this time Montgomery. Looking to find a lane, but he can't. Reined in at the line of scrimmage. Maybe a gain of a yard that time, but from the spot, actually no gain. So 3rd and long.
No gain on that run, and while this team is down, they're not out of it by any stretch of the imagination. Maybe you just have to think about different style of running in order to get this guy going.
These guys have punted 4 times already, and they're staring at a 5th, barring a conversion here on 3rd down. To pass, Flacco. And he's got Snead. And he'll go down, but not before getting this inside the 30. A gain of 26 on the 3rd down conversion. So there on that play, offensively, they ran the crossing route. Defense was in zone coverage, so as a former DB, how tough is it to defend that?
It's really difficult because your natural inclination is to chase the receiver and maybe leave your zone. So you have to have discipline in order to Talk to your other coverage guys and let him know that that receiver's crossing from your zone to the next zone. He's coming your way. Make sure you have him. And then when the ball is actually thrown, secure the tackle. When they're moving on crossing routes, if you miss a tackle, it usually results in a big play.
They go play action here on first down. And a scary incompletion, almost picked off. It would have been their first INT of the game. Instead, second down.
Let's face it, if you want to get back into the game, these are the kind of throws you got to hit. He's wide open right there. Got to be able to get it to him, don't you think?
And those are the throws that haven't been available to them every time he's dressed. So now they'll come up on 2nd and 10, once again from the 28. Now Collins. And down inside the 15 he goes. That's good for a Raven first down, 15 yards there.
Well, so much for him being bottled up throughout the day. Finally finds a way to break through and get a really nice gain. The defense had felt great about what they had going. Now they've got to turn their attention to getting it back in that direction. Can they bottle him up again? Because I'd say after that run, confidence is pretty high for him.
Still in search of their first touchdown of the game, but they're on the move. 1st and 10. On first, they go right back to Collins. And he'll be taken down here at about the 11. 2 yards on the carry there. It'll be second down.
Early down stuff to put this offense in a precarious position. We know that securing the point of attack, especially against the big-bodied guys in the middle of this D, has got to be priority one.
They run a draw here on second down. And able to push his way forward here for a good little gain. 6 yards on the pickup, and that'll bring up a 3rd down.
Well, as the play call comes in on 3rd down, you have to think about 4-down territory here. Down a few touchdowns, they need points, and they need big points.
The Ravens on 3rd down. They've converted 3 times in 8 chances. This time they face a 3rd and 2. From the gun, Flacco. And this is going to be incomplete.
Certainly looked like they were getting ready to convert there on 3rd down, but what an effort to get his hand on that one, knock it away, and brings up a 4th down decision.
So out comes a field goal team now for the 2nd time here today. This a fairly straightforward 22-yard short attempt. And Tucker's kick right there. It's good. And the drive will wind up yielding 3. So a good drive there to begin quarter number 3, but they're only able to shave 3 points off the lead.
Well, something's better than nothing, all right? They didn't play particularly well in the first half, but they definitely need them to step on the accelerator now and play a whole lot better.
Tucker now following the made field goal, set to kick it away. This is fielded at the goal line. And a good effort on the return there. Gets him across the 30 to the 33-yard line. Here comes the Atlanta offense now ready to take over here. They're out in front. Last time they had to punt it away. We'll see if they can add to their lead now.
They don't want to go out and punt it away again. This team now wants to get a cushion, put people away. They want to run their offense and have it end up in the end zone.
Ryan will bring the Falcons up now 1st and 10 at the 33-yard line. Play action. It's Ryan. Over the middle, that's caught by Ridley. And he slips up past the 45 before being tackled. 16 yards right off the bat and a first down. And, boy, they had high praise for this rookie receiver when we asked the coaches about him, didn't they?
They certainly did, and obviously they liked his measurables. Otherwise, they wouldn't have brought him onto the team. Height, weight, speed, all of that. But how about what they really said? Competitiveness. That's what they really liked about him. The way he goes after the football, competes for it, and decides when it's in the air, it's his and only his.
So one play, and they're already just shy of midfield.
Ready. Like 25. We go.
Now a play fake here on first down. Wide open receiver complete. And they'll work this down to the 40-yard line. Tackled there. 12 yards there as they move the chains.
One of the advantages of zone defense, as I remember it, is being able to see the play develop in front of you. One of the disadvantages, when they find those levels where they can hit you with it. Sometimes behind the corner and in front of the safety, it makes it tough to defend.
Back-to-back good plays have them on the move on first down. And they'll go with a ground attack here. And he'll get 4 here down to the 35-yard line.
Third quarter and you've got the lead. You're not ready to go into that 4-minute offense to close the game out, but a running game can really benefit your team right now.
Back 25.
They go play action with Ryan. Oh, there's that man again. It's complete. And he's going to be out down inside the 20 at the 15. 8th catch for him now. He's been a big factor. And it's a first down. And with that last play, he's now up over that 300-yard mark.
And in today's NFL, it almost feels routine. And I hate that when you talk about a 300-yard passing game. To me, 300 yards still signifies excellence, and he's achieved that in this performance.
This quarterback now over 300 yards now for the game, and time to improve on that as he's got a 1st and 10.
Ready.
From the red zone now, they'll look to throw. Blitz coming, and down he goes.
And plays like that really hurt play calling. They had a really nice gain on the previous play, but gave about half the yardage back on the sack. Excellent pressure up front. Nowhere to go with the football. Down he goes.
So that complicates things a bit here. 18 yards to go now on second down. And they'll try the ground game here with the running back. And a short gain here down to the 22. And they only get a yard back there. They'll be left with a 3rd down and long.
They're in a pretty good spot right now with a convincing lead. I think this is where they put on the boxing gloves, start to try and pound them into submission.
And the offensive line, they've controlled this game. I don't see why that trend would change now. Off the play fake. Here's Ryan. He's going to let it go deep for the end zone. So they took a shot there on 3rd down, couldn't get it. Now it's 4th.
Tremendous field position there and a perfect time to do exactly what they did. Take a shot at the end zone. And they went for the big play, just unable to complete it.
So out comes a field goal team now for the 2nd time here today. He connected on his first. This time it's 39 yards away. And Bryant's kick is good. And that will stretch the lead up to 3 touchdowns now. It's a 21-point game. So chalk that down as an 8-play drive capped with a field goal.
Yeah, as a friend of mine used to say, they were moving and grooving for a while, but they couldn't keep the momentum going enough to get a touchdown out of it.
Here's Bosher to kick it away. Now Jones. And nice work on the return as they'll start their drive just past the 30-yard line. Getting set to go again as we look at the back heading onto the field again. After some early struggles running the ball, they've really picked it up. Early it just seemed like there were no holes there. Now all of a sudden the holes seem to be there. I don't know if that's just my imagination.
And give them credit that they kept their confidence, because sometimes when you get stuffed big in the running game early, especially for an entire half, it really makes you retreat a little bit, but not this group. They always have the confidence. If they just get their assignments down, they get in sync with their runners, and off they went.
Now Flacco and the Raven offense come up 1st and 10 at the 31-yard line. They'll begin the drive with Collins. And brought down, but not before reaching the 45-yard line. First play of the drive going for 14 and a first down.
It's really come into vogue to talk about the different gaps that the defense tries to attack in an offensive line. And most of the time we're talking about blitzes. How many times have you heard double A-gap blitz? Well, where is the A-gap? It's the space between the center and the guards, either side. So when you're having a double A-gap blitz, that's two guys coming through that gap. In this situation, though, that A-gap wasn't open for the defense to exploit. The offensive line took care of it, protected it, and moved the defensive guys out of the way to allow for that nice run.
Running game working. They'll stick with it on first down. Give them 3 on first down. It'll set up a 2nd and 7.
When we see those runs to the perimeter, when we see those runs to the edge, we think about big breakers, don't we? In this case, it was a modest gain, but it does open up possibilities here on 2nd down.
And they'll go ground game here with a tailback. And he's over midfield and into Falcon territory. And still about 3 yards shy of a first as the 4-yard pickup brings it to 3rd down.
Well, if you're a football guy, that's a pretty run because everyone is in sync right there. Obviously, the guy carrying the ball, but how about the people up front? Leverage, athleticism, they created some nice space for him.
This offense in desperate need of a conversion as they come up on 3rd down. Flacco to throw here on 3rd down. And that is incomplete.
Sometimes it's just not your day. There's another failure right there on 3rd down.
Here's Sam Cook now. He's been terrific so far. A look at the running back, the man out of the backfield as he gears up to go again. He is hoping to find the end zone for a 3rd time, and we sit now in the 3rd quarter.
And nothing would excite him more, but I think even more so, his offensive line. Anytime you've got a guy scoring that many times, that means you've done a really nice job in front of him.
You're always giving props to the big fellas up front.
It's always a good idea. Those are some massive men.
Ryan and the Falcons now come up 1st and 10 at their own 15. And the drive starts with a handoff to Coleman. And he finds enough of an opening to get this one back up to his 20. 5 yards on the carry. Good pickup on 1st down.
Partner, I think from our experience together, we have learned that most offensive coordinators are going to tell you, if I'm going to run the football on 1st down, I've got to get at least 4 yards. They got 5 here. They've got to feel pretty good about that one.
Ready!
Play action. Ryan. Oh, he's got a man wide open, complete. And they're going to get this beyond the 40 before he's taken down.
There are so many things to watch for when you play defense. And reading your keys, you always hear about that, and having your eyes in the right place. Sometimes your eyes can fool you. How about that play action there? And it sprang the big guy, didn't it?
Able to dump it over the top to him. Ryan now perfect since the second half started. 7 of 7. It's 1st and 10. They go play action now. Ryan. And he fires one that's intercepted. Picked off here by Jimmy Smith. And they will finally stop him as he's down to the 40-yard line. And they needed a break. They needed to make a play here in the third quarter. Defensively, they did that. Now they got to go quickly and get some points on the board.
And the best part is that they made their own break. Taking the ball away. Now they just look at their offense and saying, guys,
let's go.
Come on, capitalize on this one.
The Ravens offense now, they get ready to head back on the field. And with this deficit, you can't have too many more drives like the last drive where you had to punt it away.
You know what I would tell my offense right here? The punter doesn't exist, guys. He doesn't even exist. He's not a team anymore. I just cut him, all right? So you've got to go out and create some offense for us here and give us some points. No way does that guy get on the field on this drive.
Poor punter.
Yeah, it wasn't his fault. But, hey, listen, there's got to be casualties at times. We're trying to win a game.
They get the pick. Now what can Flacco do on first down? To the sideline. Wow, what a catch. Doesn't get a lot out of it, but he is able to keep the feet in bounds.
I do have to admit, I like it when it all comes together. When the top part, catching the football, right, whether you're catching it with your hands or cradling it, comes together with the legs, in this case the feet, doing a little toe tap to stay in bounds and complete the catch.
And a great job by our crew on the camera shot. Love when you see the grass or on the field turf, those rubber pellets flying up. Great catch. And he's going to fight his way forward here for a modest gain. 5 yards on the pickup, and that's going to make it 3rd down and less than a yard. Pretty good job defensively. Thought he was going to get it, but they knew where that marker was, and they stopped him just short of it.
What it does is emphasize that strategic football and situational football is not just played on the offensive side, is it? Defense understanding, as you noted, where the first down marker was and making sure they didn't get there.
They'll try and run forward with Collins. And he'll be brought down with the first down and a late flag here, too. And he may get a few more tacked on for good measure.
Personal foul, face mask, defense.
Well, we looked at each other right away. We knew that flag was coming out.
And I always enjoy the conversation post, because officials always tell you, I don't want to throw the flag, but you caused the play. You did it. I had to.
So now then the penalty's got him set up with a 1st and goal. Flacco from the gun. His pass caught at the 4. And he'll be brought down here at the 3-yard line. Nice job defensively to hold him to 4, and now it's 2nd and goal.
It's vitally important to wrap him up immediately, because if you let that big guy get ahead of steam up, boy, then you got real trouble trying to get him down.
But they're able to hold him to a short gain on first down. Collins now the lone man in the backfield, 2nd and goal. Trying to punch it in with Collins. And he is going to be stopped cold behind the line of scrimmage. He lost 4 there, and it's 3rd down. So a little extra time to ponder this 3rd and goal as we play 3 quarters. We'll return with more after this break. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports. Back now in Atlanta. A lot of happy faces in the crowd at this point as their guys have a big lead here to start quarter number 4. This defense has not surrendered a touchdown yet. You better believe they're determined not to here on 3rd and goal. Operating out of the gun, Flacco. And he'll take it into the end zone for a Ravens touchdown. John Brown, a 7-yard touchdown grab. And the Ravens have used the short field to their advantage as they cash in for 6.
I wonder if he changed anything on his play sheet or they just executed better. Because they had 2 previous drives that ended in field goals. Before this one, they finally were able to put into the end zone.
Well, whatever he did, speaking of the offensive coordinator, might be using that formula going forward. It worked there.
Yeah, it worked very well. He and his field general in pretty good sync right now. They're starting to move the ball well.
Tucker able to connect on the extra point, and that will get him one closer. 5 plays there on that drive, and it's capped off by the Baltimore score. Here's Tucker now out to kick this one away. Fielded about a yard deep. And a nice return sets him up pretty good here at the 30-yard line. Here are the Falcons as their offense heads back onto the field. Well, don't look now, but they've got a little bit of a battle on their hands again. Back to a 2-score game. The interception that led to a touchdown. You'd have to think they're a little more careful here if they do indeed try to throw the football.
Yeah, and I was a little surprised by the last throw. You know, that type of throw with this type of a game, I'm going to be very careful about it. Maybe the only throw you make is maybe a toss to your halfback or something like that. Otherwise, take care of the thing and finish this bad boy off.
Trying to shake off the interception. He'll look to throw. The left side completion to Jones. First play of the drive going for 14 and also going for a first down.
Another nice pickup through the air, and I think a lot of people might expect them to run the ball in this situation, Brandon, but with this lead, they're electing to throw the football. Swings, slants, quick outs, things that they consider safe.
Throwing now, Ryan on first down. And that is incomplete. Charles, thinking back to what you said in the first quarter, that part of the magic elixir for a road victory for these underdogs was going to be winning the turnover battle. Well, they only have one right now. Look at the scoreboard.
Yeah, not exactly playing to the form that I subscribed, right? When you talk about winning that turnover battle, that evens things out, especially for a road team, especially for a team that's an underdog.
Again on 2nd and 10, it's Ryan. And he goes down. The Ravens able to get to him. Terrell Suggs in there to sack him for a loss of 6.
There's a little bit of defense right there. Nickel set, 5 defensive backs. They just snuffed out every route that was going. Quarterback never got rid of the football.
So the sack pushes him back, and now 3rd and long for Ryan and the Falcons.
Ready, black 25.
From the shotgun, Ryan. Oh, incomplete. Nearly the pick they needed. They would have loved one there, but at least it does get them to 4th down.
I think he's taking an awful chance with the football right there. You've got to lead, you've got to protect it, and he's taking chances putting it out there in a little bit of jeopardy.
Especially in a spot like this, 4th quarter, as you said, trying to cling to that advantage.
Yeah, that one probably should have been picked, huh?
Here's Matt Bosher now as he's on to punt for Atlanta. And that hits at the 6 and carries into the end zone for a touchback. The Ravens offense now, they get set and head back onto the field. And they're hoping to redo their efforts in the last drive when they got into the end zone.
And just think of what it's like now on the sideline, because when you score a touchdown, you have to go over and look at the tablet and see what you did on the last drive. When you scored points, it's a whole lot better view than when you're trying to figure out how to fix things there.
Now Flacco and the Raven offense come up 1st and 10 at the 20. Now Flacco. Man open left side is Brown. And he's taken down but able to slip across the 35. That's a good way to start the drive. 17 yards and a first down. At this stage, this drive's got to be touchdown or bust because you need 2 of them.
And if I'm the offensive play caller, I'm not just looking at my dagger plays downfield. I'm looking at some of my specials, something that can fool them and give you a big play now.
With a sense of urgency.
No doubt.
One play has him to the 37 here for 1st and 10. On 1st down, Flacco. Under pressure, and Flacco's going to be dropped. Tech McKinley, he's the one that got to him. He takes him down for a loss of 9. Great job defensively. I think he was trying to go through his progressions, find someone to get rid of the football. Before he knew it, he was on his back.
So that just brings us right back to what you said in the beginning. A great job defensively. Nowhere to go with the football. That led to the sack.
And they need to work to at least get some of this yardage back after the sack. 2nd and 19. Now Flacco. And that's incomplete. Crabtree the target on that one. And it's 3rd down.
Okay, I'm not quite sure how to judge that one. Maybe he didn't have enough legs underneath him. Mechanics might have been off. Maybe some fatigue. That one came up short.
Yeah, 4th quarter. Maybe you do start to watch as the arm there, the leg's still there. This has been a tough game. An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on 3rd down. Here's Flacco. And incomplete on the deep ball.
This defense was definitely alert to the possibility of the deep ball, and they were more than ready for it.
They've got the lead, 4th quarter. Maybe can expect more passes like that downfield. Here's Sam Cook now, as they're forced to kick for the 6th time today. Averaging over 50 yards a punt so far as this one's away. Fielded at the 20. Give him 11 yards that time on the return. And the offense will take over with a new set of downs. Now the Falcons offense, they get ready to head back out here. They've got the lead. Last time had to punt it, though. What's the key to this drive?
I think it's leverage.
Leverage.
Big guys up front. You know the motivational speech on the sideline is, guys, give us an opportunity. Protect the passer, create space for our runners, and let's go ahead and get these guys. Low man wins. Let's go do it on this drive.
We'll watch that leverage on this drive. Ryan will bring the Falcons up now 1st and 10 at the 31-yard line. Out of the gun, it's Ryan. His throw incomplete. The veteran Jimmy Smith there on the coverage.
It's always a battle. Who's going to win on 1st down, the offense or the defense? Let's face it, if you've got the ball, 4 yards or more on 1st down is what you're aiming for. They tried to throw for it there. Nice effort to knock that one away and bring up 2nd down.
Line of scrimmage, the 31 as they line up 2nd and 10. Second and 10. It's Ryan again. He's going to air one out. And that's caught inside the 30. Touchdown, Falcons. Julio Jones, 69 yards. And the Falcons will add on to their lead. They were still throwing with a comfortable lead here late, and now that lead even more comfortable.
And your first thought is there bad blood that went into this one ahead of time, that maybe they're seeking some revenge or they just don't like them? But the other thing that always hits me is, are they worried about playoff positioning? Right? Are they worried about, do you need enough points in case there's a tiebreaker that comes into play later?
Here's Bryant for the extra point. Bryant tacks on the extra point, and the lead now to 3 touchdowns at 21. Pretty clean and simple there. Just 2 plays. The long pass resulting in the touchdown on play number 2. Here's Bosher to kick it away. This fielded a few yards into the end zone. And no run back here. This will be a touchback, and it comes out to the 25-yard line. Here comes the Raven offense now, ready for another possession. And down on the scoreboard, certainly needing to avoid what happened on the last drive, punting the football.
Sense of urgency has to take over for them here. They know the score. They know the situation. And by the way, the punter no longer exists for their offense. That's how they have to treat this drive.
They need points.
Big time.
Now Flacco and the Raven offense come up 1st and 10 at their own 25-yard line. Here's Flacco. Throwing middle, but it's incomplete. Robert Alford that time on the great coverage. Another wayward pass. You know, things started out poorly in this game, and to be frank, they just really haven't gotten much better.
And all that does is embolden the secondary. They feel good about what's going on, and they just play better and better.
Line of scrimmage, again the 25, 2nd and 10. Flacco to throw again on 2nd down. And he gets this up to the 34 out of bounds there. And they'll get 9 there as that sets them up better for 3rd down.
If you're running out route, it's likely you're going to end up near the sideline. And what did we just see there?
Toe tap.
You got it. The benefits of practice. Toe tapping, foot dragging, picking it up, and making sure it was a catch.
Came up a little short on the last pass play. They did get 9 yards out of it, leaving him with his 3rd and 1. And now whistles here and a flag down. Looked like someone got going a little early.
False start, offense.
So that'll back him up 5. Well, that's a tough, costly penalty because now it makes it 3rd and 6 after the false start. Setting up to throw, Flacco. They'll set up the screen to Montgomery. He'll have a 1st down past the 40 as they finally wrangle him in at the 48. They call it a gain of 19, and it moves the chains.
Let's give a little credit there. The offensive play caller sensed that the screen pass was available. Whenever you're getting a lot of heavy pressure towards your quarterback, that's when you're thinking about running the screen and using that pressure against the defense. And it worked very well there for a 1st down.
They look to throw on 1st and 10 with Flacco. Now they set up the screen. That's complete. And this one goes nowhere. Losing yardage on the play back at the 46. Got to give some credit there defensively. They snuffed out that screen early on first down.
Really read it well, didn't they? Because they didn't bring the pressure that they expected. They covered all the passing lanes. So once you see it break down as the passer, I think in this situation, you're either throwing it at the feet of your back to make sure no one picks it off, or you throw it away, throw it over the sideline. Don't try and freelance and try and make a bigger play. There's really no one else running a pattern that should be open.
2nd and 12 after the first down pass play went backwards for 2 yards. Once more, it's Flacco. Caught right side, it's Snead. And he takes this one down almost all the way to the 30. A good pickup there at 22. From the 32 now, here's 1st and 10. First and 10, and Flacco looking to throw. Toward the left sideline, but it's incomplete. Trying to get it to Willie Snead there. And it's 2nd down.
Had the right idea there, trying to throw it to the sideline, but he let him just a little bit too much, trying to get it out to his receiver. Ends up falling to the ground, incomplete.
Here's 2nd and 10 now from about the 32. Incomplete on first down. Now Flacco on 2nd. It's a short one here, complete to the tight end. And he'll go down at the 28. 4 yards on the completion, and it sets up a 3rd down. You got the big lead defensively. Willing to give him that underneath stuff, right?
And this is why you work on your tackling. Tackle them after the catch, inbounds, keep the clock running. Just go ahead and bleed the game out that way.
7th play of the drive upcoming here on 3rd and 6. Now flags come in. I think one of the Ravens got going a little early.
False start, offense.
So this will be accepted as it moves the offense backwards. So the false start certainly doesn't help matters as they'll try again now. 3rd and long. And again, it's Flacco to throw. And he's got his target. That's more. And he doesn't quite make it, taking it within an eyelash. Dropped at the 1. They're able to convert on 3rd down, and that sets up a 1st and goal.
That was an excellent read right there. Saw cover 1. That means it's just a single high safety. So you know if you throw the ball to the outside part of the field, help is going to be a little bit late getting there. And he puts one out there for a big-time completion.
They go pass again with Flacco. And this is caught. Touchdown, Baltimore. Michael Crabtree, a 1-yard touchdown reception. And the Ravens cut into that lead. On those slants, everything happens so quickly. What makes it work?
The timing between the passer and the receiver. In this case, a slant route ordinarily is probably about 3 steps before you go on the slant. In this amount of time, I think it was a 2-step deal. Boom, put his foot in the ground and got inside for the pass.
Got inside for the pass, got inside for the catch and the score. Now Tucker to add the PAT. Tucker with the extra point, and that will shave one more off this lead. A good drive that time as they go 9 plays in all. And it's capped off with a Ravens touchdown. Here's Tucker now out to kick this one away. On the return, here's Justin Hardy. He'll bring it back to just about the 25. Call it the 24-yard line. And now let's discuss Julio Jones. Seems like the measuring stick for a receiver for a great game is 100 yards. Well, he's well past that now.
And as we analyze how he's getting them, that's where it really becomes fun because, let's face it, they keep sending coverage at him, keep trying to put the pressure on, yet he finds ways downfield and finds openings. That's a really crafty receiver.
Ryan and the Falcons now come up 1st and 10 at their own 24. They run the play fake to Coleman. Now Ryan. And he's got his favorite target yet again. It's complete. First down yardage on the first play of the drive, 14 yards. Still throwing the football here, even with the big lead.
Yeah, I know you and I came up in a different era, and we think about sportsmanship and all that. Other people think about fantasy points and getting their numbers. That's all they care about right now.
So here's a 1st and 10 at the 38. They go play action here on 1st down. And Jones has it over the middle. And he'll get up near the 45. They'll spot it at the 44. A gain of 6 there on 1st.
One of the feature points of the in route is being able to make a nice throw to the middle part of the field. And for a quarterback, that's one of the better throws and better looks that he'll get. But he has to be careful not to wait too long and let his receiver wander into some tough territory. If he's late with the ball, he can get his receiver hit and hit hard.
6 yards was the pickup on the last completion, so here's 2nd and 4. They'll run it now out of the gun. Absolutely nobody fooled there. He's going nowhere fast as he stopped behind the line of scrimmage. Call it a loss of 2 on the play. And that'll lead here to a 3rd down.
Brandon, it's clearly a running situation when you're up in the 4th quarter. They're going to have to stack the box and make it difficult for them to move the ball.
Made it very difficult right there. Now they need to repeat that effort.
Yeah, bring 7, 8, 9, whatever it's going to take to slow them down.
The Falcons on 3rd down. Not quite 50%. 4 for 9. This will be 3rd and 6.
Ready! 5-25!
From the gun, it's Ryan. Drops it off for Coleman. And he'll be taken down at the 46-yard line. A gain of 4 on the play, and it'll be 4th down.
Whether you're playing West Coast offense or not, one of the maxims of the West Coast offense is you're either throwing a touchdown or a check down. In other words, look for the big shot, but be smart. I think they did exactly that on that play. They didn't get the first down, but they're taking care of the ball well.
Yeah, and being rightly cautious with that lead here in the 2nd half. Now this is going to carry well into the end zone for a touchback. The Ravens offense now, they get set to head back on the field. And for them, a touchdown their last go-around. Obviously, they'll be hoping to do that again.
And when you start plotting for this drive, when you start thinking to yourself, okay, what are we going to do? You don't go away from what you did before because that worked, but you have to be prepared for wrinkles and counters because you know they'll make some adjustments.
Now Flacco and the Raven offense come up 1st and 10 at their own 20-yard line. Flacco from the gun. And he's got his man on the out route. And he's going to get this one across the 30-yard line. Right off the bat, it's a 1st down to start the drive, 12 yards. Fourth quarter, every drive's so critical, and you figure may only get one more shot after this, so a touchdown's imperative on this drive.
It is, but you also have to think to yourself in play calling, don't hold anything back. Don't save it for the second touchdown. You got the first one for the second one to even matter.
From the 32 now, here's 1st and 10. First and 10 here for Flacco. Quick throw that's complete on the inside slant. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. It's a pickup of 11 at a Baltimore first down. But correct me if I'm wrong, you're down 2 scores. I don't think you need to rush just yet, but you can't take your time either.
Yeah, even if you don't want to commit to full 2-minute offense, you have to up the tempo, up the urgency. Maybe you're starting to call 2 plays in a huddle each time you snap the ball.
Back-to-back good plays have them on the move on first down. Throwing here on first down. Flacco. Now they go screen. It's complete. And he'll maybe get back to the line of scrimmage, but no more than that. No gain on the screen there. It's second down. So nothing there on the screen that time.
That means all that great acting they tried on offense went for naught, didn't it? Because you have to try and influence them. Make them think that you're doing something else. Make them think that they can get to the passer by letting them by and then setting up the screen and getting downfield. Didn't happen at all. Give a lot of credit to the defense for not tumbling to that one.
Had the completed pass, but for no gain, stopped right at the line, so it's 2nd and 10. Flacco will take to the air again. Brought in left side by Snead. And he's going to get this down to the 35-yard line. And a nice gain of 21 yards. They like going to him in the slot. He catches another one.
I think this comes under the heading of until they stop him, why not go back to it? He has something going really well. Great working relationship with the guy throwing the ball, and they keep making the connection.
Flacco will come to the line, 1st and 10. And he's 4 for 4 now, throwing the ball to start the drive. From the gun, Flacco. And he will find his man on the outside. And he'll be brought down at the 27-yard line. A good pickup there, 8 yards on the first down completion.
Nice rhythm throw there on first down. He located his tight end, made it a nice easy pitch and catch.
Hoping he can break a tackle or two. Wasn't able to do that there, but still good yardage. Facing a 2nd and 2 after that last catch, good for 8 yards. Operating out of the gun, Flacco. And that one finds the ground, breaking a string of 5 straight completions. And it brings up 2nd down. No, third down.
Had an open man that time, but ended up putting a little too much heat on it, don't you think, partner?
Absolutely. Just needed a touch more air under it. Instead, he fired an absolute bullet. After the incompletion, here now, 3rd and 2. Now it's Flacco. Going to throw deep for the end zone. Time for a break. And it's incomplete, almost intercepted. He had a great shot of picking that off in the end zone. It brings up 4th down. So it's Raven football here as we welcome you back. And let's see what they've come up with offensively after having time to talk it over. All right, they're going to try and keep hope alive here on 4th down. They're going for it. And on the ground they go with the running back. And he is going absolutely nowhere, in the wrong direction. So with that, we can just about close the book on this one, Charles.
Yeah, what's the old expression about slim and none? Well, Slim just left town on that
They're
one.
down to none?
Yes, exactly right. Atlanta now coming
coming out on the field. They punted last time they had it. What steps, Charles, you think they have to take to make sure they don't do that again?
Well, let's just go to the football 101, the trade expression 101. Win first down. Make 5, 6, 7 yards on first down and make it a 2nd and 3, 2nd and manageable. Keep accumulating first downs that way. Keep moving the football. You don't want to get behind the sticks because then the defense has the advantage.
The 4th down run successful. Now they look to pay it off on first down. And they'll go on the ground. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. And now we're going to get a timeout defensively. So another stop, 1:50 left in the football game. Not totally home free yet, but it's looking good as they come up 1st and 10.
Back 25.
Right back to him on first down. And he takes it past the 45 and down at the 46. And now the Ravens are going to take another timeout as they'll talk things over prior to this upcoming 2nd down play. So the defense had a chance to catch their breath, and now they're back out and ready. And they'll run it here. And he'll be tackled right on the midfield logo. And play is stopped here. Timeout. It's the defense calling the timeout here, as they'll talk it over here before what will be an important 3rd down. All right, so the timeout over and all 11 men back out onto the field for the defense. The Falcons on 3rd down. They're right at about the league average, 40%, 4 for 10. Here it's 3rd and 2. And they'll go with the ground attack here. And he is tackled inside the 40, not quite to the 35. A gain of 13 and also the first down.
He's still rumbling, isn't he? Still looking fresh in this one despite the heavy workload. But you and I both know, well-conditioned, and he did tell us that he thrives on being at his peak late in ball games.
Hey, let's go.
Line of scrimmage, the 37 on 1st and 10. And they'll try the ground game here with the running back. And able to push his way forward here for a good little gain. He'll get a nice chunk there on the first down run, and it's 2nd and 4. I guess the simple question, why not just take a knee there?
I don't understand either why you would take any sort of a chance. We've seen it happen in the game of football. Doesn't matter whether you've watched high school, college, or the NFL. Some people get a little greedy, try to get that extra running play in, and it can backfire on them.
Ryan heads down to a knee, and that should wrap this one up. A lot of scoring. There's no doubt about that in this one, Charles. Points, they were not at a premium. They were pretty easy to come by.
They were, but it was fun, wasn't it? Because both teams finding ways to click. And you know people who love this game, they also love baseball games that are 14-11 with 3 or 4 home runs mixed in.
So that's a wrap for Charles Davis. I'm Brandon Gaudin, and this has been a presentation of the NFL on EA Sports. For more, check us out at easports.com. It's a win for the Falcons here as we say so long from Atlanta.